Hi all. So it's beautiful Thursday evening, 8 p.m. We are here to talk about Neet, UG, counseling. How many of you are getting it this year? How many of you might be trying next year? Some of you might also be there who will be attempting this exam next year and have specific queries or are looking forward to how the trends are. And many of you, who have just appeared for Neet this year, they have their scores, they have their ranks with them, are waiting to get their desired colleges, and are still in doubts, in confusion, also, still eyeing that probably a last minute backdoor in window where you can get to know that, what are the ranks that your dream college you can get your dream college at. So we have today our two experts from my classroom team who will be here to guide you, answer your queries, and help you in the best way, because they have years and years of experience with them. They know the trends, they know how it has been for all these years. So they will be telling you, what are your chances, how to go about it, what are the best ways to do it, how the counselings work, how you can maximize the counselings and get the most preferred available option from based at your ranks, right? So I think we're ready to go. Tejprit sir, Murlidhar sir, all set?
Yeah, all set. Good evening,
Yes, ma'am.
students.
We are all set.
Good
Good evening to all of you.
Yeah, we have Tejprit sir and Murlidhar sir, our north and south partners. So, both of them are partner at my classroom. They have been working in this space, in the Neet UG and IIT space for more than a decade now. And they have all the trends, all the numbers at the back of their hand. So that is why, they will be the best persons to guide you today. So I think we should not waste any more time. We'll begin. And for all the people who are joining us from YouTube, Facebook, or any other platform, or they have joined us directly at Zoom, please kindly feel free to post your queries in the chat or in the Q&A so that we can ask it live from our experts. We have curated certain questions, thinking on the general questions that general queries that you guys already would be having, or that is the most asked question, the doubts that even our students have been asking us in the past month. So we have curated that, and we'll be covering that anyways. But if you have any other queries, you can just feel free to put it in the chat or in the Q&A section here in the webinar. So let's begin.
Sure.
Yes, ma'am. We can.
Perfect. So here I would just like to share the first question that we have today, and I think many of students might also be having is, how do I register for NEET 2022 counseling? Are we very late for this question? Are we too late, or is there still any scope for it?
No, the counselings are yet to start, so we are absolutely on time for this question. Very relevant at this point of time.
Perfect. Perfect.
Actually, somewhere around, there is news that by the end of this week they'll tell when exactly the students have to register. So once the registration date is given, children have to go online and register.
All right. So the registration dates are still not out. So don't worry. For those who might be thinking, oh, we are too late, or probably we've missed out on something, don't worry. We have you covered here. So the counselings have not yet started. Even the registration hasn't started. So you have time. The registration dates would be updated, I think, within a week, as per our experts. So once it starts, we'll be updating all the information on our social media handles, on our YouTube, on our Instagram, Facebook, everywhere. So you can just follow our pages, and you can keep looking, you keep checking our pages every day to get updated about whenever the registration process is starting, right? So once it starts, we'll also be helping you with any specific queries you would be having.
I would just like to add here that there are a few states which have already started the registration process. Pondicherry is one state which has already started the registration. Tamil Nadu is another state which has started the registration. There is some activity on some of the websites, like UP has declared the fee structure. So there are some activities which are there. So there are two types of counseling in NEET. One is the MCC counseling, for which the registration is yet to start. And then there are the states counseling. So every student can participate in their home state where they can take benefit of domicile. And then there are open states where you can participate for private seats in private colleges management quota seats. So Tamil Nadu and Pondicherry are both open states and they have already opened their registrations. Last dates are expected in the next week. And as Murlidhar sir rightly said, we are expecting the counseling, the national level counseling and the counseling calendar, which NMC declares every year by end of this week or latest by first week of October.
Perfect.
Declares
So you
every
can just
year
note down,
by end of this
whatever the
week
Ishmael
or
sir has just
latest by first week
told. So
of
that will
October.
help you guys to be better prepared before and you don't miss out on anything.
If
Right.
any students, I would just like to add one more thing here, that if any student wants to know what is the official website for counseling for their respective state, you just have to go to the official NEET website, NTA NEET website, where you registered for NEET exam. There is an information brochure there. In the information brochure, look for annexure 3. So annexure 3 is giving state-wise bodies. There is a list in alphabetical order state-wise what is the official website where counseling would be conducted.
So I've put it in the chat in Extra 3 on in the
NEET information brochure, NEET information, where the website ntaneet.nic.in, where you filled the NEET form and where you all checked your results for NEET.
website is
ntaneet.nic.in.
ntaneet.nic.in. Right.
So the official website where you filled up your NEET forms, where you checked your NEET results, there is an information bulletin which is there. In the information bulletin, this is mentioned.
So you guys have this information now. You can also refer to the chat if you have to take the information. So we move to the next question, sir, or is there anything else to add here?
I think we can go to the next question.
We can move on.
So again, I think this is again a repeated question. I think NEET counseling will start once, I think, after the registration starts. So after how much time, once the registration window is there, usually the counseling starts, sir?
Normally, ma'am, registrations would go on for about a week or 10 days. Then different states would follow different methods. Some would do document verification upfront, like UP, for example, would be doing document verification upfront. And then other states would be then releasing the state-wise merit lists. So the actual counseling process, I don't think is going to start before Diwali. So at least 3 weeks time, it would be taken for sure.
Actually, many states have still not released the state merit list. So only after the state merit list is released, that will happen.
Right. So once the registrations are over, the students will register. After that, the states will be preparing the merit list, as sir is mentioning. So since only a couple of states have started registration as of now, so merit lists are expected somewhere between 10th to 20th of October for various states. And then after that, counseling rounds will be starting.
Okay, all right. So there is still time. So once the registration is there, there would be time for the counselings to start.
Right. So after registration, it will be a fast process. So students in the meantime should look at the previous year's counseling information if it is available anywhere and start preparing their documents and their preference orders, preference lists, so that, once the process is out, then they just need to fill it and they don't need to run for the documents. There are some documents for which formats would be declared as and when the counseling starts. For those formats, they need to wait, but other documents they can get in place.
This is a very important information that sir has just given, that utilize this time in preparing your documents, in preparing your preference list, because once the registration has been there, the time would be less. You would not get time to research, to talk to your seniors, to talk to your mentors and gather information. So please kindly utilize this time, the maximum time that you can gather information from the internet, talk to the people around, talk to some of your batch, the seniors, your cousins who might be currently studying in all the MBBS colleges, and best is, go to your mentors at your respective centers, or, just connect with people, whomsoever you can, and gather information and make a very informed choice. Because then afterwards you would not get time, or once you have filled the registration form, then you would not get the chance to. I think this also would be cleared by our experts, that when can you move your preferences, or when does it get logged, or what, there are so many queries around that as well. We will be taking that
So
up.
specifically, ma'am, a few students could have some difficulty with their state nativity certificates
Right.
or the
Right.
domicile certificate. So
Right.
every year there is a panic created. A few of them, they get into a panic when they are not able to produce the right thing. So if they can just make sure that all the documents are in place, it becomes very easy for them.
Right.
Very important point, sir. And as sir mentioned, if you have done schooling from a particular state and are claiming domicile on the basis of that, I think that is the easiest document to get for domicile and accepted almost everywhere. So it's a 1 day document and very, very valid. A lot of students have this confusion that, if they're getting a document from their school principals, it might not be valid for counselings. So most of the states, if you have done +1, +2 from the state, you would be eligible for
Nativity
state domicile.
certificates.
And
Right.
you just need to get it simply on the school's letterhead. The format is mentioned in the information brochures, and it is the easiest domicile certificate that you can get.
Right. Yes, very important. I think even we have seen, a lot of panic being created. In fact, Tejprit sir was discussing this thing just a day before with me, that, there is a huge confusion regarding the domicile certificates. And instead, though he has clearly mentioned, still, students, they go out, they do certain blunders, and then they, waste their time, and then they afterwards they regret and they panic. So, very important point, Murli sir, here that you have catered to. So please take note, and this will help you a lot in your registrations once the registrations actually open up, right? So let's move to the next question now. I think this has been covered. So, okay. So the next question here is regarding the counseling. So how many rounds are there in Neet counseling?
Ma'am, as per the information brochure, they'll have 3 rounds this year, and then there is going to be what they call as the mop-up round, wherein all the vacant seats at different institutes will be taken up. That is the last round. So the 3+1, 4 rounds is what we are expecting.
Perfect.
Sir, if you want to elaborate.
Absolutely right, sir. So there are 3 online rounds, as sir has very aptly mentioned. There are 3 online rounds. First round for most states is free exit round. There are some exceptions, like UP as an exception. UP doesn't give you a free exit after round 1. Round 2 is basically the most important round which can be there, because after round 2, if you are allotted a seat, if you don't join, you set to lose your security deposit. Uh, and once you join any seat, any MBBS seat in any counseling in round 2, you will not be allowed to participate in any other counseling after round 2. So this year, MCC has made a separate portal, a common portal for all counselings. All states and central counseling will be updating the data of students who have joined after round 2. So after round 2, nothing can happen if you have already joined a seat. Then third round, as sir mentioned, is again an online round. First 2 rounds are also online. Third is also online, which is a mop-up round. And then the final round would be the offline round, which is a stray vacancy round, as sir rightly mentioned, which is the final round where all the vacant seats can be filled. In case of BDS, at times, there is a possibility that a few states which have more BDS seats, they might have a fifth or sixth round also in the offline mode. But normally 4 rounds are there pan India.
4 rounds are there. I mean, pan India, that is the norm. So you take care, you can note that. So, and sir has also, given you a brief about, what is a free round, or, what are the other rounds, and what are the things that you need to take care of in each and every round. That is very important, because once the counseling begins, you won't, this is the best time to gather all this information, because once the counseling begins, there are so many other things to take care of. And in fact, the panic level also increases, because then you can see, you know, what you're getting, what you're not getting. There are so many, what options are best for you. Sometimes, you know, your expectations are not met, or sometimes, you know, the trends have changed a bit. So there'll be a lot of things that will come up. So just note down this information right away, right now, and mark my word, for these two experts here, they have years of experience and they can guide you the best. Whatever they're telling you.
One specific issue, ma'am, which comes up quite frequently in the minds of the child is, should I apply for the All India 15% quota, or should I apply only for the home state quota? Who should apply for the All India 15% quota? Who should apply for the state quota? So this is some confusion which children have. So there is some thought which students have to give on whether they want to go for the 15% quota and or the home state quota, and understand that if you apply for the 15% state, 15% All India quota, it doesn't mean you can't apply for the state quota. You can apply for that also, and you can apply for this also. It is just a choice that you have to make. So think and apply.
All right. All right. Anything you would like to add here, Tejpi sir?
I think sir has covered the point very, very aptly. I think it is very, very crucial to understand that you can participate in multiple counselings. There is one point where students get confused, which is, you know, regarding the domicile. You can claim the benefit of domicile at only one state. So for state quota seats, you have, even if some students are eligible from multiple states, they can apply, they can take benefit of domicile at only one state, but they can apply to multiple counselings, including All India counselling, as sir has mentioned. And, you know, whichever counselling you are getting a better seat, you can opt for it.
Okay. Perfect. I think so. It clears, you know, which quota you have to apply for, and you can please take note and please be cautious whenever you're, you know, filling your form.
I'll just like to add one more thing here. In the second round, in all the counselling span India, be it state counselling, be it All India counselling, you will need to pay security amount, security deposit, which is 10,000 rupees for
10,000.
government seats, 1 lakh rupees for private seats, and 2 lakh rupees for deemed universities. Now, suppose you have applied for multiple counselings in the second round and you get a seat in multiple counselings. Obviously, you cannot join multiple seats. You can join only one seat. So any counseling where you have you had applied for a seat and you have been allotted a seat, even if you don't join, your security amount will not be refunded. It will be forfeited. So this you need to be very, very careful in the second round. So although you are eligible for multiple counselings, in the second round, you need to be very, very careful.
Right. So there are few audience who are saying that, you know, kindly repeat this in Hindi. So जितना भी अभी तक हमने बात की है, थोड़ा सा can you just brief in Hindi for the Hindi audience once?
राइट सो जितने भी बच्चों हिंदी में सुनना चाह रहे हो, मैं आपसे तीनों क्वेश्चंस का एक फटाफट क्विकली ब्रीफ आपसे डिस्कस करता हूँ. सिवा मैम, कैन यू जस्ट मूव टू द फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन?
यस.
एक बार है ना, मैं क्वेश्चंस का. तो बच्चों, जो फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन है, हम नीट काउंसलिंग के लिए कैसे रजिस्टर कर सकते हैं? तो बच्चों बड़ा सिंपल है. आपने जो ऑल इंडिया की काउंसलिंग है वो एमसीसी की वेबसाइट पे होगी, जो एमसीसी की मेडिकल काउंसलिंग कमेटी की ऑफिशियल वेबसाइट है, वहां पे होगी. और सभी स्टेट्स की काउंसलिंग की जो लिस्ट है, जो नीट की ऑफिशियल वेबसाइट थी, जहां पे आपने अप्लाई किया था, जहां से आपने अपना रिजल्ट चेक किए, ntaneet.nic.in, जो मैम ने शेयर भी किया चैट में, आप वहां पे जाएं. वहां पे इंफॉर्मेशन ब्रोशर है. इंफॉर्मेशन ब्रोशर में एनेक्स्चर 3 है बच्चों. एनेक्स्चर 3 में हर स्टेट की काउंसलिंग की वेबसाइट मेंशन्ड है, वहां से आप देख सकते हैं, है ना. सेकेंड क्वेश्चन की अगर हम लोग बच्चों बात करें, तो सेकेंड क्वेश्चन था कि काउंसलिंग कब शुरू होने वाली है. तो इट इज एक्सपेक्टेड कि जो काउंसलिंग है, काउंसलिंग बच्चों आप उम्मीद करें कि अक्टूबर मंथ के पहले हफ्ते में, दशहरे के आसपास स्टार्ट होनी चाहिए काउंसलिंग की रजिस्ट्रेशन. और जो काउंसलिंग का प्रोसेस है वो दिवाली के आसपास शुरू होना चाहिए. जब तक काउंसलिंग स्टार्ट नहीं होती है, तब तक आप लोग कोशिश करें बच्चों कि आप अपने डॉक्यूमेंट्स कंप्लीट कर लें. और इसमें जो सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट डॉक्यूमेंट रहता है, वो रहता है आपका डोमिसाइल का. तो डोमिसाइल का डॉक्यूमेंट आप लोग बना के रखें. एक और डॉक्यूमेंट जो कई बार बच्चों का नहीं रेडी होता, वो है आपका बच्चों जो कैटेगरी सर्टिफिकेट है. अगर आप आपकी कोई रिजर्वेशन, आपकी कोई कैटेगरी है, तो आपको कैटेगरी सर्टिफिकेट बहुत केयरफुली करने पड़ते हैं. कुछ कैटेगरीज ऐसी हैं जिसमें ऑल इंडिया का सर्टिफिकेट चल जाता है, और कुछ कैटेगरीज ऐसी हैं जिसमें आपको स्टेट स्पेसिफिक सर्टिफिकेट चाहिए होती है. जैसे ओबीसी कैटेगरी फॉर एग्जांपल, हर स्टेट में ओबीसी की लिस्ट डिफरेंट है। तो अगर आप स्टेट कोटा की सीट्स ले रहे हैं तो आपको ओबीसी का सर्टिफिकेट अपनी रिस्पेक्टिव स्टेट का होना चाहिए जिसमें आप डोमिसाइल का बेनिफिट ले रहे हैं। और अगर आप ऑल इंडिया 15% वाले कोटा की सीट ले रहे हैं तो आपके पास वो सर्टिफिकेट होना चाहिए। तो अगर आप 2 काउंसलिंग्स में अप्लाई कर रहे हैं तो ऐसा हो सकता है कि आपको 2 ओबीसी सर्टिफिकेट बना के रखने पड़े। थर्ड क्वेश्चन बच्चों जो था हमारा अभी तक जो हमने डिस्कस किया है वो है इससे नेक्स्ट में नीट काउंसलिंग वी हैव डिस्कस्ड। इसके अगला कि काउंसलिंग के कितने राउंड होते हैं बच्चों। तो काउंसलिंग में 4 राउंड होने वाले हैं। पहले 3 राउंड ऑनलाइन होंगे, चौथा राउंड जो होगा वो फिजिकल राउंड होगा, जो फोर्थ राउंड होगा। तो पहले राउंड जो है उसमें लगभग सभी काउंसलिंग्स आपको फ्री एग्जिट देंगी यूपी को छोड़ के। यूपी में पहले राउंड में भी फ्री एग्जिट नहीं रहता। और सेकेंड राउंड में आपको कंपलसरी ज्वाइन करना पड़ेगा अगर आपको सीट अलॉट हो जाती है, नहीं तो आपका जो सिक्योरिटी अमाउंट है वो वापस नहीं किया जाएगा, वो जब्त कर लिया जाएगा। और अगर आप सेकेंड राउंड के बाद सीट ले लेते हैं तो फिर आप दोबारा आगे अगले राउंड में काउंसलिंग के लिए एलिजिबल नहीं रहते।
राइट राइट। आई थिंक दोस्त जो भी हिंदी में चाह रहे थे उनको एक ब्रीफ मिल गया होगा, तो वी कैन नाउ मूव टू द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन, राइट?
एब्सोल्युटली।
So the next question is, how many marks are generally required in NEET for MBBS? कि कितने मार्क्स तक MBBS में सीट मिल जाती है नीट में, नीट के स्कोर पे? जनरल ट्रेंड क्या है?
So, ma'am, the general trend basically will be changing from each state. So every state will have a different requirement. For example, down south, specifically in Tamil Nadu, if you see students who score above 600 in general category will be able to get a good government seat. But students who score above, let's say, 580 will be able to get some seat, either private or government. They'll definitely be able to get something. Then depending on different categories, it will be different. So like this in Kerala, it will be a little higher. So Kerala, only if they get 600 plus, they'll be able to get admission. Similarly, in each state, the marks will be different, but on an average, if a student gets 580 to 600, he or she can expect to get some good MBBS seat.
Right, right.
Please, sir.
एब्सोल्युटली राइट सर, जो सर बोल रहे हैं बिल्कुल सही है। हर स्टेट का कट ऑफ थोड़ा सा डिफरेंट जाएगा। कुछ स्टेट्स हैं जहां कट ऑफ थोड़ा सा हाई जाता है बच्चों, जैसे राजस्थान एक ऐसी स्टेट है जिसमें कट ऑफ हाई जाते हैं, केरला जैसे सर ने मेंशन किया। और कुछ स्टेट्स ऐसी हैं जिसमें कि कट ऑफ्स बहुत लो जाती हैं, जैसे हिमाचल फॉर एग्जांपल एक ऐसी स्टेट है जिसमें बहुत कॉलेजेस है, नंबर ऑफ स्टूडेंट्स बहुत कम है, तो कट ऑफ्स जो है वो लो चले जाते हैं। सो गवर्नमेंट कॉलेजेस के लिए आई थिंक फॉर ऑन एन एवरेज 600 590 टू 600 इज अ गुड स्कोर। 590 से 600 नंबर जो है वो सेफ स्कोर है गवर्नमेंट सीट के लिए। सेमी गवर्नमेंट सीट्स के लिए यही 570 560 टू 570 सेफ स्कोर है। ऑल्दो पंजाब में लास्ट ईयर 547 पे भी मिल गई थी सीट सेमी गवर्नमेंट। हिमाचल में 515 तक भी मिल गई थी। सिमिलरली हर स्टेट का सेमी गवर्नमेंट डिफरेंट रहेगा। अगर आप डीम्ड यूनिवर्सिटीज की बात करते हैं तो डीम्ड यूनिवर्सिटीज में फीस स्ट्रक्चर थोड़ा हाई हो जाता है बच्चों, अप टू 30-35 लाख पर एनम भी चले जाता है। इनफैक्ट कर्नाटका में कुछ सीट्स हैं जहां पे 60 लाख पर एनम भी है फीस स्ट्रक्चर। बट डीम्ड यूनिवर्सिटीज में जो जनरल कैटेगरी का बच्चा है वो जो क्वालिफाइड है, जिसकी 50 परसेंटाइल से अबव है, लाइक इस बार 11717 मार्क्स कट ऑफ थी। So any student who has scored above 117 marks will have good 20, 15, 20 options in the deemed universities in the central counseling also. तो आपके मार्क्स कम है, आपको फिर भी एमबीबीएस की सीट मिल सकती है। 117 नंबर से कम आपको सीट जनरल कैटेगरी में नहीं मिल सकती, दैट्स फॉर श्योर। बट जैसे जैसे आपके मार्क्स कम होते जाएंगे वैसे वैसे आपका फीस स्ट्रक्चर थोड़ा सा बढ़ता जाएगा। एंड एक बात इसमें मैं और बच्चों आपको बता देना चाहता हूँ कि इस टाइम पे बहुत सारे स्टूडेंट्स हैं जो हमारे को मिलते हैं, जो ये बात करते हैं कि उन्हें बहुत सारे लोगों के फोन आ रहे हैं कि आप हमारे से काउंसलिंग सर्विस ले लीजिए। कोई 2 लाख चार्ज करना चाह रहा है, कोई 3 लाख चार्ज करना चाह रहा है। आपको गलती से भी किसी को बच्चों ऐसी फीस नहीं पे करनी है। आपको डायरेक्ट काउंसलिंग प्रोसेस के थ्रू सीट लेनी है, बिकॉज मेडिकल की एडमिशंस बहुत ही ट्रांसपेरेंट हो गई हैं, बहुत ही नीट एंड क्लीन साफ सुथरा प्रोसेस हो गया है। तो आपको काउंसलिंग के जरिए ही सीट लेने की जरूरत है बच्चों।
Very, very important point that HP sir mentioned, because we also receive queries. We have students coming up to us and saying that, ये इतने में parents, they're arguing, नहीं वो तो कह रहे हैं आपको इसके बिना seat मिल ही नहीं सकती, you won't be able to get a seat. So, those, especially those, who have a little low score. So there are a lot of people who are there to, fool you, or, who are there just to make money. And, because they know that this is the point where parents are ready to do anything to get this children into a good MBBS college. So they are there to cash in from that. So please be aware, beware. You don't have to pay any fee anywhere to get a seat in the college. Everything is done through the counseling process. So you have to follow the steps that Teshpit sir, Murlidhar are telling you right now, because
Actually, ma'am, there are a few people who are also approaching students saying that they'll get them paid seat in government colleges.
right
Now, there are no paid seats in government colleges. So these are only tots who are just cheating people. So please don't get carried away. There are no paid seats in government colleges. Most of the admission, except for private colleges, happens 100% through merit. Even private colleges, admission is through merit only, but the fees is higher. So many people refuse to take seats. So even students with lower scores can get admission to private colleges because the fee structure is very high. So there are many students who get good scores, but they prefer to drop and prepare again for the next year rather than join a private college. So those students in private colleges, it is possible to get admission at lower scores, but in government college, there are no paid seats. So please don't get into that trap. There is nothing called as a paid seat in government college.
right
Very true, sir.
very true. So
And mostly ये क्या करते हैं, ये outside the state बोलते हैं. So they'll tell you that there are paid seats in Uttar Pradesh to people in Tamil Nadu, so that they will not be able to go there, physically verify and then find out. So then they start paying some advance money, and then these people will take that money and run away.
yes.
Very true, very true. Don't get conned. Students, please be very, very careful. Please don't, you need not pay any money to anyone. And even if someone has, arranged a seat for someone known, even those students are under danger. They are under the radar, because as per NMC guidelines, there is a mandatory disclosure where, every student's detail has to be published on the college website. So if anyone has taken a seat from an outside route, he or she is bound to get their seat cancelled. And I've seen it in past few years. Every year there are 15 to 20 students whose seats generally get cancelled. So please don't waste the hard-earned money of your parents. Please don't do it.
ये बहुत important point I think Murlidhar sir has raised, and Tejpit sir has also mentioned कि don't get fooled. और ये अगर कोई paid seat दे भी रहा है और कोई गया भी है, तो वो they are in danger. उनकी seat कभी भी cancel हो सकती है, because we have seen that in the past as well, that has happened with students. किसी के कोई relative के साथ या वो, we have actually seen that कि बाद में seat cancel होगी. There is no point. Once your seat gets cancelled, then your career is at stake. You don't have any going back. आपने नीट में भी नेक्स्ट ईयर अपीयर नहीं हुए, आपको ऑलरेडी 1 या 2 साल निकल गए हैं, then you will have to start the whole process again. And probably you are also I think discarded, or you are blacklisted from the process of NEET forever. So don't take that risk. प्लीज आस्क योर पेरेंट्स एज वेल. अपने पेरेंट्स से भी बात करो कि कोई भी अगर उनको अप्रोच करता है कि हम आपको पेड सीट ले देते हैं, there is no process for a paid seat. There are no paid seats in any of the colleges here. So ये सिर्फ एक scam है that is running there. So it is very important to save yourself from this scam. It's not only to save the money, but also to save your future and your career. Right. Let's move to the next question, sir.
Yeah.
And so can we repeat those 2 certificates students are asking that are very important? I'll just put it in the chat. One is the domicile certificate.
Right. So one is the domicile certificate. One is the any category or reservation that you have.
Caste certificate.
Caste certificate, right.
Caste certificate, right. And एक student ने पूछा है about the Sikh minority certificate. So
सिख मिनॉरिटी के लिए बच्चों आपको कोई सर्टिफिकेट नहीं चाहिए. आपको सिंपली जो है वो जाना होता है बाबा फरीद यूनिवर्सिटी, जैसे पंजाब में जो SGRD कॉलेज है उसमें जब सीट्स आती हैं तो यू जस्ट नीड टू विजिट देयर. आपका फिजिकली इंस्पेक्शन होता है और आपका एक सिंपल फॉर्मेट होता है जो आपको बनाना होता है. एक एफिडेविट बनाना पड़ता है कि आप लोग सिख उसको फॉलो करते हैं पूरा. सो वो फॉर्मेट वंस द काउंसलिंग इज आउट वो डिक्लेयर हो जाएगा, विद इन अ डे इट विल बी रेडी। अभी से बनाने की उसकी जरूरत नहीं है, बिकॉज उसमें ना कई बार एक दो सेंटेंस हर साल चेंज कर देते हैं, सो दे माइट चेंज द सेंटेंस अगेन दिस ईयर। तो अभी उसको लेके आपको टेंशन लेने की जरूरत नहीं है। पहले टेस्ट हुआ करता था, आप उससे भी कंफ्यूज मत होना, लास्ट 4-5 साल से कोई टेस्ट भी नहीं हो रहा। पहले सिख हिस्ट्री पे एक टेस्ट होता था, ऑल्दो अगर क्रिश्चियन मिनोरिटी के लिए जा रहे हो तो आपका बाइबल टेस्ट अभी भी रहता है। तो सीएमसी जैसे अभी भी बाइबल
CMC में
टेस्ट लेता है। हाँ,
yes.
सीएमसी में बाइबल टेस्ट अभी भी होता है, आपको अटेम्प्ट करके क्लियर करना पड़ता है। बट एसजीआरडी में सिख मिनोरिटी सीट के लिए अब टेस्ट जो है वो स्क्रैप कर दिया गया, टेस्ट नहीं है। फिजिकल इंस्पेक्शन होता है कि आप प्रॉपर सिख स्वरूप में है कि नहीं है, एंड देन यू हैव टू मेक एन एफिडेविट जिसका फॉर्मेट दे बी शेयरिंग।
So hope that answers your question, Harvinder Singh. आपका आंसर मिल गया होगा आपको, तो आपको कुछ भी नहीं करना है. You have to wait, and then everything will be clear. And as sir mentioned, you have to go to SGRC, go to the college, and there they'll be giving you all the guidelines. उससे पहले कुछ भी नहीं करना है, right? And let's move to the next question now, sir. And somebody's also asked MBBS OBC. OBC के लिए is there any other process or?
ओबीसी के लिए थोड़ा सा कट ऑफ्स में डिफरेंस आ जाता है। आप मान के चलो कि जो जनरल कैटेगरी के लिए कट ऑफ रहेगी उससे ऑलमोस्ट 20%, 25% एज अ रूल ऑफ थंब आपको लोअर रैंक पे सीट मिल जाएगी, दैट्स इट।
Okay.
But again, it can vary from college to college. At times, it can be a bigger multiple also.
Okay. But if anything happen, trend can change any year. So, but the general trend is what Tejpal sir is sharing here, right? So let's move to the next question now. Okay, which rank is considered in NEET counseling? So I think we've covered that, already with the
तो
scores.
इसमें ऐसा रहता है कि जनरल कैटेगरी स्टूडेंट्स के लिए बच्चों जो कॉमन मेरिट लिस्ट में ऑल इंडिया रैंक है वो रहेगा आपका जो कवर होगा। और अगर किसी भी स्टूडेंट को किसी कैटेगरी में सीट मिल रही है, जैसे अभी ओबीसी कैटेगरी की बात हो रही है, तो आपका ओबीसी रैंक कंसिडर किया जाएगा। बट अगर कोई ओबीसी स्टूडेंट जनरल कैटेगरी में सीट ले रहा है तो फिर ऑब्वियसली आपका जनरल रैंक कंसिडर किया जाएगा।
Okay, all right. So be very sure. So all India rank is the rank that will be considered. So if you are if you have OBC category, then your OBC rank would be, considered. But if you're taking admission in the general category, if it's still you are in general seat, you're in OBC, but so your all India rank would be considered, right? All right.
I think there was one question कि for states, I just saw in the chat कि states में state rank, तो बच्चों जो state कोटा की सीट्स हैं जो स्टेट के डोमिसाइल में आ रही हैं उसमें डेफिनेटली स्टेट के रैंक ही कंसिडर किए जाएंगे, बट स्टेट रैंक्स आर आल्सो डिराइव्ड फ्रॉम ऑल इंडिया रैंक्स।
So state admission is only based on state ranks. Please, sir, there was one more question regarding the creamy layer. What is the income limit for the creamy layer?
Sir, I think it is
8 lakhs.
8 lakh rupees for EWS. The students EWS में आ रहे हैं, and OBC NCL I think it is 5 lakhs. I'm not 100% sure about the creamy layer, but EWS definitely it is 8 lakh rupees.
Okay, so for EWS it is 8 lakh rupees. So if you are is less than that, then you come.
So if the salary is less than 8 lakh rupees, they can apply for the EWS.
EWS. Yes.
I think there is one more condition that you should not own land or property above a certain size. So this needs to be checked.
Yeah, it can be checked, verified from the internet. That will be done, and we can put it in the chat afterwards or on our channel, right? Okay. So there are two students who have asked before. Also, one question was there that what is the best college for NEET MBBS? So, or what is the preferred list of colleges? I think the best one everyone knows, but still I would like to hear it from our experts. So, is there a preferred list? I mean, that top 10, top 20 colleges, which are the best ones?
I think if I have to talk about the best colleges, the criteria that generally I choose is the cutoffs. जिस कॉलेज की कट ऑफ हाई गई है, जिसमें बहुत एक्सक्लूसिविटी है सीट लेने के लिए, वही बेस्ट कॉलेज है। तो बेस्ड ऑन कट ऑफ्स, एम्स दिल्ली इज अनडाउटेबली नंबर 1 कॉलेज. MAMC is the second most preferred choice, and then VMMC is the third most preferred choice. Normally 1, 2, 3 इसी ऑर्डर में रहता है. उसके बाद फिर कुछ कॉलेजेस है जिसमें बच्चा स्प्लिट होना शुरू हो जाता है. साउथ का बच्चा, मुरलीधर सर यू कैन करेक्ट इफ आई एम रॉन्ग, जिपमर एंड सीएमसी विलौर में स्प्रेड होना शुरू हो जाता है.
Yes.
एंड
So Jipmer, basically the top rankers go. It almost closes within 100-150 All India rank.
राइट. जो नॉर्थ वाले स्टूडेंट्स हैं वो यूसीएमएस, आरएमएल, जो दोनों दिल्ली के कॉलेजेस हैं, लेडी हार्डन फॉर गर्ल्स, जीएमसी चंडीगढ़, इनमें जाना शुरू कर देते हैं. जो वेस्ट वाले स्टूडेंट्स हैं वो सेठ जी मुंबई, बीजे अहमदाबाद, है ना, इन कॉलेजेस में जाना शुरू कर देते हैं. सिमिलरली इस रैंक्स पे आके जो स्टेट के टॉप कॉलेजेस हैं, जैसे मद्रास मेडिकल कॉलेज है, बैंगलोर मेडिकल कॉलेज है, इनको भी प्रेफर करना शुरू कर देते हैं स्टूडेंट्स जैसे ही ये 500 रैंक क्रॉस करते हैं बच्चे. आफ्टर 500 रैंक्स एम्स आर ऑल्सो कमिंग अप रियली वेल. सो एम्स में जैसे अब इंस्टीट्यूशनल रिजर्वेशन भी ऐड हो गया इस साल से फॉर पीजी सीट्स. तो एम्स आर कमिंग अप बिग टाइम एंड इट इज एक्सपेक्टेड कि इस बार एम्स जो एलाइड है, स्पेशली भोपाल, ऋषिकेश, जोधपुर, जो थोड़े पुराने एम्स है वो काफी ऊपर फिल होंगे. उनकी कट ऑफ थोड़ी बेटर जा सकती है.
So what I would like to add is, students, I hope there are two types of students here. One type of student who has scored very good All India ranks, and there is another type who has scored well, but you will not be there in the top as far as the All India ranks go, but you will be at the top in your state. So just as sir said that, on an All India level, you have AIMS, you have this Maulana Abdul Kalam College, and so on. Like that, every state also has its own list of good colleges. So go by the cutoffs or go by the preference of students. So first thing is, you will be getting your state rankings. The state government will issue the state rankings. So once the state rankings are issued, you would have already applied for your counseling. They'll call you for the counseling. So you will get to see a counter there where you will see which all colleges are getting filled up. So you would see, say for example, if you are in Tamil Nadu, maybe the Stanley Medical College is very highly preferred. A few of them also prefer the Madras Medical College. So these two colleges are simultaneously getting filled up. So you will be able to see there. So for your rank, you see whichever college is getting filled up, that would probably be the best college as far as you are concerned. Again, there are many things that you will have to think. In general, if you look at All India quota, to claim a seat in a good All India quota medical college, you need to have a very high rank, a top rank. For the same top rank, you may be able to get the best college in your state. Okay, I hope you are able to understand. Suppose you want to get admission to, let's say, Stanley Medical College. You can approach Stanley Medical College through your All India quota, or you can approach Stanley Medical College through your state quota if you are in Tamil Nadu. Now, the All India rank required to get into Stanley Medical College will be much higher than compared to the state rank. So these factors, your state rank and your All India rank is going to determine whether you're going to get into those top colleges. But those of you who have done well and who have got high scores in your state could definitely prefer the best college in your state.
Right. Very important point there, sir. And I think all of you must have noted it. So all these points, these are very important for you to, make that cut and make it to the best available college according to your rank. Sometimes students miss out on, at a particular rank, they might have got a better option. They might be getting a better college, but they didn't have this knowledge about the quotas as well, and they could not maximize it. So please be aware of all these quotas and how you can maximize which quota to apply where and how you can get the best out of both. Right. And so there's a question that NEET में OBC को कितने मार्क्स लेने पड़ते हैं? मतलब OBC में जनरली कहाँ तक एडमिशन मिल जाती है?
अगर हम ऑल इंडिया कोटा की बात करें तो ऑल इंडिया कोटा में लास्ट ईयर, if I remember correctly, somewhere around 14,000 रैंक ओबीसी कैटेगरी में सीट मिल गई थी, जो 15% कोटा होता है उसमें. एंड अगर हम स्टेट कोटा की सीट्स की बात करें तो इट विल वेरी फ्रॉम स्टेट टू स्टेट. एवरी स्टेट विल हैव अ डिफरेंट कट ऑफ. इफ आई टॉक अबाउट पंजाब, तो पंजाब में अप्रोक्सीमेटली पंजाब में वैसे बीसी कैटेगरी है, ओबीसी कैटेगरी नहीं आती है, तो उसमें जो गवर्नमेंट सीट थी वो अप्रोक्सीमेटली 525 530 मार्क्स तक मिल गई थी।
ओके, गवर्नमेंट मिल गई थी 525। ऑलराइट।
हाँ जी। सो इट विल वेरी फ्रॉम स्टेट टू स्टेट, हर स्टेट का एक डिफरेंट कट ऑफ रहेगा। किसी स्टेट में कट ऑफ थोड़ा हाई होगा, किसी स्टेट में कट ऑफ थोड़ा सा लो होगा। अगर हम अगर मैं बात करूं आपके साथ हिमाचल प्रदेश की, तो हिमाचल में ओबीसी कैटेगरी में जो सीट थी वो अप्रोक्सीमेटली गवर्नमेंट सीट जो थी वो 500 मार्क्स तक भी मिल गई थी, अराउंड 500 मार्क्स।
ओके, ऑलराइट। तो कंपटीशन तो सब जगह ही है, मतलब कंपटीशन हर जगह ही है। यू हैव टू गेट एटलीस्ट 5.
In Tamil Nadu, because there are a lot of students who belong to the OBC category, the marks go much higher. So last year with 570, while a general category has got admission at 600, OBC 570 is the last which has got admission to government college.
570. Wow.
Yes, it's not much very different from there.
Yeah, 570 is huge. I mean, like, even in OBC category, you have to so वही है, मतलब you can't. The competition is so tough now,
right,
that to getting a good MBBS seat in Neet is becoming tougher and tougher with every year that is going by. Great, perfect. So let's move on to the next. I think next question now. We've taken a lot of time here. So. And there's also a question from a student that internal reservation has been introduced in all aims now. Is it there?
Not all the aims, but slowly and steadily all the aims are introducing. So aims, Jodhpur has introduced, Rishikesh has introduced, Bhopal has introduced. So all the aims which were made after Delhi, but in the first category, all of them have introduced.
Okay. Right. How can I participate in Neet counseling? Is there any specifics that are left to be discussed here, or we've covered? I think we've covered everything.
Neet counseling we have already discussed.
Yeah. So I will not get a top government medical college. Should I repeat or join new government colleges or even new private colleges? So what is the...
Okay, so students, this is not a very easy question. So I'm assuming there are students of different types here. Types, when I say, I mean students who have attempted the NEET for the first time, students who have been repeating for 1 or 2 years, and then you have scored marks. So for repeaters, students who have spent 1 year or 2 years and then again got a score, and this year are likely to get a new government college, you can take it up. In fact, if there are good private colleges where, see, in Tamil Nadu, actually there is a government quota even in private college where the fee is not very high. So I'm assuming this may be there in many other states also. So if you are having private colleges where the fee is reasonable, then you may look at private colleges, provided you've already spent 2-3 years preparing for the NEET exam. But if you are a fresher and you've scored marks which is good enough to get you admission to a government college, even there I would say, see, please understand one thing. With MBBS alone, nothing big is going to happen. So if once you finish your MBBS, you will have to do a PG and you will have to do specialization. It is only after specialization that you become that great doctor that you want to become. So as far as MBBS alone is concerned, it's almost the same everywhere. So you will have to think whether that 1 year that you're going to invest in studies is worth it, whether you are in a financial situation whether your family is in that financial situation that they'll be able to take it up. Because again, like I'll repeat, MBBS alone is not enough. You have to do a PG. So what could be your strategy is you join whichever college you're getting in now, but invest time and energy in trying to prepare for the next exam that you have. So when you go for your PG also, you'll have to write a NEET exam. So invest your time and energy for that and then move on. But freshers, if you are not getting it in government college but getting it in private college, very high probability that if you work hard for the next year, you will get it in a good government college. So for freshers, I would say that you go ahead. But I also know students who have prepared for the past 4 years with a lot of determination, try till you succeed. And this year they have been able to get it into government colleges. So it's not a very easy question to answer. It all depends on what state you are in. When I say state, I mean your family situation, your aim in life, what is it that you want to do. But what I understand is that whether you join a a government college, older government college or the newer government college, It's not going to make a huge lot of a difference, because you have the next NEET exam, that is your PG NEET. So if you do well in your PG NEET, you can get into a better college and then make a difference to yourself. Tejpreet sir, you have anything to add here?
I think you have addressed this very well, sir, very aptly. I would just translate what sir have said in Hindi for some of our audience. So बच्चों सर बड़े सिंपली ये बता रहे हैं आपको कि अगर आपको गवर्नमेंट कॉलेज मिल रहा है इस काउंसलिंग में, तो आपको ड्रॉप करने की जरूरत नहीं है, आपको जो है ज्वाइन कर लेना चाहिए। सिमिलरली अगर आपको किसी प्राइवेट कॉलेज में गवर्नमेंट कोटा की सीट मिल रही है, जिसको नॉर्मली सेमी गवर्नमेंट सीट बोला जाता है, ये आपको सिर्फ अपनी डोमिसाइल वाली स्टेट में ही मिल सकती है, बिकॉज किसी भी और स्टेट में आप इसके लिए एलिजिबल नहीं हो। तो उस केस में भी अगर आप अफोर्ड करते हो, क्योंकि थोड़ा सा डिफरेंस होता है गवर्नमेंट सीट की फीस से, बट अगर आप अफोर्ड करते हो तो आपको ज्वाइन कर लेना चाहिए। अगर आप नहीं अफोर्ड करते हैं तो आपको फिर आप ड्रॉप कर सकते हैं। सिमिलरली आप कितनी अटेम्प्ट्स दे चुके हैं, आपकी कितनी डिटर्मिनेशन है, आप कितनी शिद्दत से चाहते हैं कि हमें को एमबीबीएस ही करनी है और मेरे को गवर्नमेंट कॉलेज से ही करनी है, इन सब फैक्टर्स पे डिपेंड करता है कि आपको ड्रॉप करना चाहिए कि नहीं करना चाहिए। बट ड्रॉप करना एक टैबू नहीं है, स्पेशली मेडिकल एजुकेशन में अबाउट 35 to 40% स्टूडेंट्स आर ड्रॉपर्स जिन्होंने सेकंड अटेम्प्ट लिया है। हैविंग सेड दैट, सर जो आपको बात बता रहे थे, आई अगेन रिपीट इट फॉर यू, कि एमबीबीएस के बाद सिचुएशन खत्म नहीं हो जाती, बिकॉज मोस्टली आज की डेट में एमडी आपको करनी पड़ती है, स्पेशलाइजेशन आपको करनी पड़ती है। तो अगर आज आपको टॉप कॉलेज नहीं भी मिल पाया, तो आप पीजी के टाइम पे एक बेटर कॉलेज, बेटर सीट क्रैक कर सकते हैं।
Right. Thank you, sir, for translating that. क्योंकि यहाँ भी we have a mixed audience here, so it's important that we cover Hindi and English both. So I think अभी clear हो गया होगा सबको कि क्या करना है. So based on your situation, जिस भी situation में आप हैं, जो भी आपको suit करता है, take a very informed decision towards that, right? Okay, thank you. So we'll move to the next question now. I don't have. I think it is. I think we've covered this in the last question only. So yeah, we don't have to. Yeah, this was a question also there in the chat. Given an option, should we prefer new aims or other good medical colleges? And yeah, I think हमने अपने students से भी बहुत सुना है. Sometimes we have to convince them also, because there is a preference list, and sometimes they think कि जो नए आए हैं aims, they're not good enough. So our experts, what are your views on this?
Okay, so I'll just tell you, I've been following up AIMS Bhubaneswar, and I'm following up the AIMS in Madurai. What I have seen, students, is the government is investing a lot of money in these institutes. So even though these appear to be new institutes, but the infrastructure there is extremely good, and the program there is very good. And at the end, when you become a doctor, you won't be a doctor from AIMS Bhubaneswar or AIMS Madurai or AIMS Raipur or anything. You will be a doctor from AIMS. So it is that brand name which will definitely, it will continue along, and and you will pass out of AIMS in 5 years, 5.5 years. Right. So that's a pretty long time. In that much time, the brand name of AIMS will go somewhere. So I feel it's not a bad decision to join the new AIMS. I think it's a good decision, more so because the fee at AIMS is extremely low. So when you look at other institutes, the fees there, say even in Tamil Nadu, most colleges here are charging almost 2 lakhs or 80,000. 80,000 is the government fee. Private colleges are charging around 4 lakhs. Then there are a few who are charging 2 lakhs. The study at AIMS will be extremely cheap. The good quality education you will get, and most importantly, you have the brand name of AIMS, which will take you a long distance. So this is what I feel. But then again, you also have to look what are the other options you are getting. For example, if you are already getting it in a college, let's say like Stanley Medical College, maybe you may not want to go for an AIMS. You would rather go and join in a Stanley Medical College. So you have to look at your options and then decide.
I think I totally second what sir have said. जो नए एम्स हैं बच्चों, उनमें इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर में गवर्नमेंट बहुत हेवीली इन्वेस्ट कर रहा है। लेटेस्ट मशीनरी आ रही है, फैकल्टीज बहुत टॉप एंड आ रही हैं, पेशेंट फॉल भी बहुत अच्छे से बिल्ड हो रहा है, पीजी की फैसिलिटीज भी बन गई हैं और इंटरनल रिजर्वेशंस भी आ रही हैं। तो एम्स को डेफिनेटली कंसिडर करना चाहिए। सिर्फ जो बहुत ही नए एम्स हैं, अगर उनके कंपैरिजन में आपको अपने अपनी स्टेट का जो टॉप मेडिकल कॉलेज है वो मिल रहा है, तो आप सोच सकते हो। इन केस उस एम्स की अभी तक बिल्डिंग नहीं बनी है, अभी अंडर कंस्ट्रक्शन है, अभी हॉस्टल्स नहीं बने हैं, ताकि आपका एक ओवरऑल एक्सपीरियंस खराब ना हो। बट एज सर सेट, लॉन्ग टर्म में एम्स का ब्रांड नेम थोड़ा सा बेटर रहने ही वाला है एज कम्पेयर टू एनी अदर कॉलेजेस। एंड वो एम्स की कौन सी ब्रांच से आप ग्रेजुएट किए हो ये नहीं मैटर करने वाला, आप एम्स के पास आउट ही कहलाने वाले हैं।
राइट।
तो आपको अच्छी एजुकेशन मिलेगी, कम पैसे लगेंगे, ज्यादा स्ट्रॉन्ग ब्रांड वैल्यू रहेगी, एंड आप बिल्कुल नए चकाचौंध कॉलेजेस में पढ़ोगे जिनके हॉस्टल्स बहुत बढ़िया हैं, साफ सुथरे हैं, कैंपस बहुत अच्छे हैं। तो मेरे को लगता है कि अपॉर्चुनिटी छोड़नी नहीं चाहिए। इनफैक्ट अभी रिसेंटली मैं एक बच्चे से बात कर रहा था जो हमारे पास 2015 बैच में पढ़ रहा था। 2015 में ही ज्वाइन जीएमसी चंडीगढ़, उसका 138 ऑल इंडिया रैंक था। और उसके बाद उसने पीजीआई में ज्वाइन किया है एमडी। लास्ट ईयर उसका रैंक जो था वो 28 था पीजी में, नीट पीजी में। तो ही वॉज शेयरिंग कि सर जो बच्चे एम्स जोधपुर और एम्स ऋषिकेश, बिकॉज नॉर्थ का बच्चा था, लुधियाना का बच्चा था, चंडीगढ़ पढ़ा है, तो नॉर्थ के बच्चों से ज्यादा कनेक्टेड था। तो ही वॉज शेयरिंग कि सर अगर किसी बच्चे को एम्स जोधपुर या एम्स ऋषिकेश मिल रहा है तो उसको जीएमसी चंडीगढ़ नहीं आना चाहिए, उसको एम्स जाना चाहिए।
So this is
This
like
is a genuine feedback from a student, and I met him last week only.
yeah, and coming directly, straight from the horse's mouth. तो एक बच्चा जिसने ऑलरेडी जिसने नहीं लिया था एम्स, सो ही इज शेयरिंग हिज एक्सपीरियंस दैट इट वुड हैव बीन बेटर अगर उसने नया एम्स जोधपुर लिया होता, या द न्यू एम्स दैट केम इन देन रादर देन गोइंग फॉर जीएमसी चंडीगढ़. So you can look at that. Definitely, what are the other options that you're getting? Great. So let's move to the next question now. I think, yeah. So we are done with our questions, but we have students. So एक question आया है sir, that can you please explain more about the mop-up and stray mop-up and
Straight
Stray
stray
vacancy round.
vacancy round, yeah, because he has got a low score and he's from the general category.
बच्चों, जो मॉपअप राउंड है ना, देखिए सेकंड राउंड के बाद क्या होगा। सेकंड राउंड के बाद आप सेकंड राउंड में किसी भी काउंसलिंग में पार्टिसिपेट करने के लिए एज पर एनएमसी रूल्स आपने सिक्योरिटी अमाउंट डिपॉजिट किया होगा, आपने कुछ चॉइसेस फिल की होंगी। अब दो सिचुएशन हो सकती हैं, या तो आपको सीट अलॉट हो जाएगी या आपको सीट अलॉट नहीं होगी, है ना। दो ही सर्कमस्टांसेस हो सकते हैं। अगर आपको सीट अलॉट नहीं हुई है तो आप नेक्स्ट राउंड के लिए ऑटोमेटिकली एलिजिबल है, विच इज द मॉपअप राउंड, आप उसके लिए एलिजिबल है ना। आपकी सिक्योरिटी अमाउंट भी पास ऑन हो जाएगी। और अगर आपको बच्चों सेकंड राउंड में सीट अलॉट हो जाती है तो अगेन दो सिचुएशंस हो सकती हैं, आप या तो ज्वाइन करें या आप ज्वाइन ना करें, है ना। अगर आप ज्वाइन कर लेते हैं तो फिर आप छोड़ नहीं सकते, फिर आपको वही सीट कंटिन्यू करनी पड़ेगी। देन यू डोंट हैव एनी ऑप्शन इन एनी अदर काउंसलिंग ऑल्सो, किसी और काउंसलिंग में भी आपके पास ऑप्शन नहीं है। लेकिन अगर आप ज्वाइन नहीं करते तो आपका सिक्योरिटी अमाउंट फोरफिट कर लिया जाएगा, आपका सिक्योरिटी अमाउंट जो है वो कैंसिल हो जाएगा। आप दोबारा से सिक्योरिटी अमाउंट पे करके मॉपअप राउंड में पार्टिसिपेट कर सकते हैं। बट आप सिंपली बच्चों ये समझिए कि अगर सेकेंड राउंड के बाद किसी ने गवर्नमेंट कॉलेज की सीट छोड़नी है तो वो छोड़ेगा ही क्यों। जिसको गवर्नमेंट सीट ही मिल गई उसको छोड़ने का कोई खास एडवांटेज बचता नहीं है। और अगर किसी को प्राइवेट कॉलेज मिला है तो वो 1 लाख रुपीज का लॉस उठा के छोड़ रहा है। तो बहुत कम स्टूडेंट्स ऐसे होते हैं जो कि सेकेंड राउंड के बाद सीट छोड़ते हैं, तो मॉपअप राउंड में बड़ी लिमिटेड सी सीट्स रह जाती हैं। वंस यू गो टू द मॉपअप राउंड, आप सिक्योरिटी डिपॉजिट पे करके पार्टिसिपेट करते हैं। अगर आपको सीट अलॉट होती है इमीडिएटली यू हैव टू ज्वाइन। अगर आप ज्वाइन करते हैं तो आपकी वो सीट कंफर्म होगी, आप नेक्स्ट राउंड से बाहर होगे। अगर आपको सीट अलॉट होगी, आप ज्वाइन नहीं करते मॉपअप राउंड में, तो आप फिर ऑटोमेटिकली काउंसलिंग से बाहर होगे। आप उसके बाद सिक्योरिटी अमाउंट का लॉस करके दोबारा स्ट्रे वैकेंसी राउंड में पार्टिसिपेट नहीं कर सकते, राइट। और अगर आपको अलॉट ही नहीं हुई कोई सीट तो आप नेक्स्ट राउंड के लिए वैसे ही एलिजिबल है ना। तो इस तरह से सर्कमस्टांसेस रहते हैं। बट मॉपअप राउंड में डिपेंड करने का ज्यादा एडवांटेज नहीं रहता, बिकॉज अब बहुत लिमिटेड सीट्स आती हैं लास्ट 1-2 ईयर्स से। अगर कोई बच्चा अनअवेयर है या किसी बच्चे ने ड्रॉप करने का मूड बना लिया, या किसी को सेकेंड राउंड में किसी और काउंसलिंग में बेटर सीट मिल गई, बट बहुत रेयर केसेस होते हैं, बहुत ही लिमिटेड नंबर ऑफ सीट्स आती हैं।
See, like the name suggests, this is a stray round. So only if there are vacant seats after all the counseling is over, they will throw open those seats to the rest of the people. Then those, depending on your rank, you can claim those, but there is no guarantee that you will be getting it. So it's not advisable for you to wait for that. If you get it, great, but you can't depend on it. Okay, so that's what sir is trying to explain.
Very rightly put here. So I think it clear ho gaya hoga. Whoever has asked this question, we've Tejpit sir and Muralidhar sir, both of them have explained it in quite a detail now. So let's move to the last 2-3 questions real quickly, because we're already moving to an hour's window. So we'll have to quickly wrap it up. And we're loving the kind of questions students are giving us. So it vouches for a great interaction, right? So next specific question hai Punjab se. So it is for Tejpit sir. 415 score, I think categories SC, domicile is Punjab, all India rank is 1,62,230 and category rank is 10,652. So can I get government college in Punjab or anywhere else?
Anywhere else तो बच्चे बहुत डिफिकल्ट है, बिकॉज 15% कोटा में गवर्नमेंट सीट्स बस रह जाती हैं आपकी स्टेट को छोड़ के, इफ यू बिलोंग टू पंजाब। तो ऑल इंडिया कोटा में तो 415 मार्क्स पे 415 नंबर पे सीट नहीं मिलने वाली है एससी कैटेगरी में भी। पंजाब में भी लास्ट ईयर जहां तक मेरे को याद है 433 या 434 मार्क्स कट ऑफ गई थी गवर्नमेंट कॉलेजेस की एससी कैटेगरी के लिए। लेकिन आपको सेमी गवर्नमेंट सीट मिल जाएगी। सेमी गवर्नमेंट सीट आपको पिम्स में मिलने का चांस है। ज्ञान सागर डेफिनेटली मिल जाएगा, चिंतपूर्णी मेडिकल कॉलेज डेफिनेटली मिल जाएगा। डीएमसी थोड़ा टफ है, गवर्नमेंट कॉलेजेस भी टफ है, बट अगेन वी हैव टू वेट फॉर पंजाब मेरिट टू गेट अ बेटर आइडिया। बट गवर्नमेंट सीट के चांसेस कम है, सेमी गवर्नमेंट सीट you will definitely get for sure.
So as you talk about Punjab merit, so there have the students, 2-3 students have also asked when will the state ranks be available? Yeah.
स्टेट रैंक्स बच्चों हमने आपको पहले भी बताया कि अभी सबसे पहले काउंसलिंग की रजिस्ट्रेशन स्टार्ट होंगी बच्चों। अबाउट 7 to 10 डेज काउंसलिंग की रजिस्ट्रेशन चलेंगी। उसके बाद जिन बच्चों ने अप्लाई किया होगा उनका मेरिट लिस्ट आएंगी। तो मैं 10th to 15th अक्टूबर के अराउंड एक्सपेक्ट कर रहा हूँ। मिड अक्टूबर में आप लोग एक्सपेक्ट कर सकते हैं कि स्टेट रैंक्स आएंगे, नॉट बिफोर दैट।
Not before that.
There are a few students who are from other states who are asking for their scores, whether they'll get it or not. So first thing, students, see, we will not have awareness about each and every state in the country because this is very, very dynamic and every state has its own marks and the selection process. I mean, process is the same, but the mark requirements are different. Not only that, even categories are different in different states. So my suggestion is you just Google search for your state 2021 for your mark, what college they got. So from there you will get a direct, you will get to know whether you will get it or not. This year, I am hearing multiple news. I was expecting that the cutoffs will go a little low. That means if last year a government seat, a student at 527 got a government seat, last seat, this year I was thinking that it will go below, say, let's say 520 because the NEET paper was difficult. But when I'm looking at mark distribution and when I'm talking to more people, I realize that it is not the same. So even though the top marks are lower, as you come down below 600 for the same mark, there are more number of students this year than what it was last year. So there is not going to be much change as far as the cutoffs are concerned. So you just put a Google search, you get to know exactly where 2021 for your marks, what they got. This year, approximately it will be the same, maybe plus minus a few marks here and there. So even if you're from another state and we are not able to answer you, don't get disappointed. Google Mama will help you with any question that you have.
Yes.
All the students who have participated in the seminar, we will also try to help if there are some states for which we are not able to answer. And if you are not able to search, you can please come back and you just put in a comment that we tried to search online but we could not find an answer. We will search it for you. Don't worry.
Yeah, you can on YouTube or on Facebook where this event is there. You just go in the comment section and then you can put it there. So we will take
We'll
it.
Get back to you for sure.
Yes, we will do that. Right. Thank you, sirs. Thank you, both of you. And the last question now, I think, before we wrap up, because it's already 9 p.m. So is it possible if I join BDS through state quota and then I switch it to MBBS in mop-up or stray?
So this vary from state to state. There are a few states which allow you after second round. As I said, NMC has made a rule that if you have joined a seat, you cannot quit the seat. This rule is valid for MBBS. BDS is generally given an exception in most of the states. There are some states which will allow you to upgrade to an MBBS seat, but BDS to BDS movement would not be allowed. There are some states like Tamil Nadu, for example, has already started their registration, and they have clearly mentioned that if any student is holding a management seat by after second round, and if he or she is getting upgraded to a government seat, then that upgradation would be allowed. But from one management seat to another management seat, or from one government seat to other government seat, would not be allowed. But this is happening in very few states. Tamil Nadu is a good state in that terms, that they are allowing this change. Punjab doesn't allow. Punjab, even if you are holding a management seat after second round, you will not be allowed to upgrade. Same goes for BDS. BDS to MBBS, some states will allow, some will not allow. So you need to check the information brochure in detail to get clarity on this.
Muralidhar sir, you have anything to add there?
Nothing, ma'am. What sir said is absolutely correct. Understand that, but I just want to talk about one thing which I'm sorry I didn't miss out, which I had it in my mind. I had a student who was getting BDS and who was getting Ayush colleges.
Okay.
So whether I should go for BDS or whether I should go for Ayush colleges, I just want to speak for a few minutes on this. See students, many of you all, see, first thing is there is a big difference between MBBS and BDS. And there is even greater difference between BDS and the so-called degree that you get out of the Ayush college. I mean, it's a doctor, you still do the same work, but a doctor from, let's say an Ayurvedic doctor does very different kind of work than what a person from a normal MBBS college or even a BDS college does. Okay, while the so-called MBBS stream in the government, in the normal stream is very scientific and very well researched. Ayurvedic studies are researched, they are well researched, but you don't have as much research and development happening there as you have in the other areas. So, this is my opinion. I feel that these are not really well developed. So your desire to be a doctor, your desire to serve the society, your desire to do operations and all will not be met if you are a Ayush doctor. Okay, so please understand that. So if you are taking up those courses, don't just land up in that courses so that I am also becoming a doctor. Do a thorough research, find out if you really want to do it. Talk to a person who's an Ayurvedic doctor or a Siddha doctor, and then see if you really like what they are doing, and then you go for it. Okay, because that is not a regular MBBS kind of a degree. Though you are called a doctor, you don't do the same works that a normal doctor does.
Right. I think a very valid and a good point here that Murli sir has raised. So just, again, the thing is same. So just look at it, see the preference that you have, and also do a very well researched and informed choice, so that afterwards you don't end up regretting any decision that you make right now, right? It's never, because abhi to you can spend some time, abhi time laga kar aap research kar sakte hain, but there's no coming back once you have got into a college, you've selected a seat. Right?
No, actually, it's a commitment for a very long time. Coming out as a good doctor will take you at least 7 to 8 years of very good hard work. So you don't want to spend 3 years and then say this is not what I expected. So abhi se if you do the research, you will not make that mistake. And ye aisi cheez hai ki isko somebody else can't guide you. You have to do it because you have to make the commitment. So don't get pressurized. Do your work and then go for it.
Very true. Just I think the last few questions, Tejpit sir, should we take these? Sikh minority, 456 marks and 377 marks, Punjab MBBS. Can just
Second
quickly...
round, you have a chance. But if you're a general category student, Sikh minority, 377 marks. Second round, you have a chance. You should get a seat.
456 marks in Sikh minority?
456, definitely. I think 456 the first round, you should get a seat.
Okay.
Pehle round mein mil jani chahiye.
Perfect. Great. I think that's a good news for both of you. So first round and second round, you'll get the seats, I think. So I think these were the last questions that we could take now, because we're already at 9:06. It's more than an hour. Though there might be certain queries that we might have missed. बच्चों जो भी question नहीं answer हुए, our team will take it up, in the chat, in the comment section. आप just वहाँ पे डाल सकते हैं, and we will make sure, we'll try our best to get all the answers that were left unanswered right now. There's, as they say, there's so much information, so much knowledge to share every time. So time हमेशा कम रह जाता है. जितना भी time लगा लो इसमें, I think the information is there is so much to share with all of you always, and you have so many queries that 2 घंटे का भी सेशन होगा तो आई थिंक तब भी कम ही लगेगा, तब भी क्वेश्चंस पूरे नहीं हो पाएंगे. बट आई थिंक वी हैव टू लिमिट इट हियर बिफोर it's already 9, 10. So all of us have other now get back to our families also. So probably if there are certain queries, we'll be having these seminars, these webinars on a regular basis now. On a weekly basis we will try and connect with you to answer all your queries, because we want that before you get into a college, we make you get into the best choice that you can, based on your rank and based on the your state that you are in, based on your categories and everything, right? So thank you everyone for joining us today, taking out time. Thanks especially to our panelists, Tejpreet sir and Murlidhar sir. You took out time from your busy schedules, and you guided our students so well. And this is the information, I think they might not be even knowing that they had to gather this information. There were so many points that were covered that I think nobody else can tell them ever, or they can't even get on Google Mama. So right. So thank you so much. Thank you both of you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you,
Tejpreet, sir.
students. Thank you,
Sharing
sir.
these
Thank you, Murli
insights
sir.
insights with our students, and thank you everyone, and all the best. Do your best, give your best, and just utilize this time for all those who have given Neet and are waiting for the counselings. Just utilize, as we discussed in the beginning also. मैं फिर से बस वही repeat करूंगी कि इस time को जितना maximize कर सकते हो उतना करो, information gather करो अलग अलग platform से, जितना भी ले सकते हो maximum information about the past year trends, about कितने rank पे क्या कौन सा college गया था, about the colleges, what is the infrastructure, what is your preference, and PG में कौन सा college ज़्यादा help करेगा, कितनी reservations हैं किस college की. So do that and then make the most informed choice. Thank you so much everyone. Good night and have a good night's sleep. And thank you so much. Thank you again. And thank you, My Classroom, for arranging this webinar. So do follow us on all our social media handles so that you keep on, getting all the queries answered on our Instagram. Follow our My Classroom Learning's Instagram page, Facebook page, and also our YouTube learning channel, All right. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you again. Thanks a lot for joining in. Thank you, sirs. Good night. Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye.